Hey there, Stephen Indrisano here, writer and creator of Shelterwood, a Suburban Gothic. If you enjoy the show and would like access to early and ad-free listening, please consider joining our Patreon community. Thank you for listening, and enjoy the show.
Shelterwood contains mature themes and graphic content that may not be suitable for all audiences. For a full list of content warnings, please check our transcript in the episode description. Listener discretion is advised. Last time on Shelterwood. So, wait, you're saying that Saddie was actually over there?
Oh, I'm not leaving.
My integrity. That's what you want me to give up.
Stay for a little while longer. Shall we say 2, perhaps 3 weeks?
Well, Nick, you ready to come home? Come on, you can go higher than that. Little higher. Woo! Little more. Top of the range. That's it. Perfect.
What are you doing?
It's very professional.
Are we recording?
I'm recording.
Okay. All right. Can we roll it?
Yep.
All right, let's do it. All right, Solomon. Here's the deal. I'm about to monologue at you for a long while. I've been away from a nice, clean recording booth for, 3 years? 2.5 years? Time is, as you know, a little bit, fuzzy on this side. So that means that I owe you a lot of narration. The goal today is for Saddie and I to record, pretty much whatever you'll need to stitch everything together into a coherent show. We did a little research, came up with something that sounds suitably public radio-esque?
Very public radio-esque.
Very public radio-esque. I think it'll make for a pretty good opening monologue. So, yeah, see what you think. 52% of all Americans live in neighborhoods they would describe as suburban. That's 180 million people living in intentionally developed communities across the United States. But what is suburbia? Is it white picket fences in neat little rows, or long, rolling acres for kids and a dog? Colonials or McMansions? Does a suburb need to have cul-de-sacs or a neighborhood watch? When you think of suburbia, what do you picture? Because I can almost guarantee it's not exactly what I picture. How's that sounding?
Sounds great, Nick.
Okay, good. Any notes for me?
Yeah, no, none. If we get too perfectionist, we'll be here all day. Let's move on to the next one.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay, here goes. The truth is, suburbia is defined not by any one aspect of its design, but by distance, by absence. Suburbia isn't rural, but it isn't urban either. It doesn't have manufacturing or an abundance of restaurants and stores. It isn't agriculture.
Solomon, are you there?
Yes. Yeah. Sorry, I blacked out there for a second.
What do you want me to do with Nick's microphone? This is like the whole time I've known him. Everything's on here.
Do you have access to the internet?
I mean, it's slow as hell, but yeah.
Okay. I need everything. I know you can't physically give me the microphone, but whatever is on those memory cards and any other media you can get to me pertaining to Nick or where he might be, I need all of it. Can you do that?
I think so. It might take a few weeks. My parents would notice if I'm taking up all the bandwidth during the day. We only got off dial-up last week, so...
That's fine. You take as long as you need to be safe about this. I don't want you getting hurt or in trouble over me.
I'll see what I can do. What's your email?
It's shelterwoodpod@gmail.com. Is he okay?
As far as I can tell, yeah.
And he's coming back, right?
Well, when he dropped all this stuff off, he said...
Adigale?
Shit. I have to go. I'm so sorry. Bye.
Adigale? Adigale? Oh, God damn it!
Ready?
Hold on.
Holding on.
Whew! All right, Solomon. For when you listen to this later, we should be through, a lot of the location descriptions. How many do we have left?
Let me check. Looks like, a few descriptions of the houses, 1 or 2 first impressions of people. Oh, and my description from last week.
Okay. Why don't we do the Brewster Estate stuff next?
Sounds good to me. You know, I've always wondered, what is his house like?
Oh, it's like, it's like if the Addams Family were preppy. That's the vibe.
No, it's not.
It is. You can quote me on that. In fact, it's going in the podcast.
You're being quoted actively. Okay, sorry. Moving on. This is you waking up in the bedroom, page 18. Got it?
Yeah, ready when you are.
Rolling.
Oh, come on, pick up.
Hey, did it come in?
Yes, we just got an email from Adigale. It's got a few zip files, which I'm uploading to the drive now. I don't know how much is going to be there, but I'm assuming a lot.
Solomon, are you okay to be doing this right now?
Fuck no, I'm not. But my friend is missing, and I can maybe learn something about why. And why he couldn't just call me himself.
Yeah, I hear you. It just feels like we've been down this road before.
Sure, but the difference is that if I ever go looking for Nick, you're going to just shoot me instead, and that'll be a lot quicker. Oh, come on, you stupid thing. Download.
Jesus. This is a lot of audio.
Well then, I guess we better get started, huh?
The microphone was many things to me. It was a trusted confidant in a place that can feel like it's all eyes. It was a stoic companion in some very, shall we say, tense situations. And it was, of course, my connection to the other side. A piece of metal and plastic manufactured not by someone's willpower and imagination, but by hands, and the machines crafted by them. It was real. In a word, it was you, Solomon. I kept you with me always, so when it was time, I knew I had to give it to someone I could trust.
Nick, is that you?
Hey! Thanks for meeting me here.
Yeah, of course. Where have you been? We haven't seen you since Professor Reese's house collapsed.
Yeah, I saw that. Have you seen her?
No. She might be dead. The club is disbanded because we don't have a faculty sponsor anymore. Adam's repeating senior year again. I had to repeat junior year because I flunked history class. My parents are freaking me out all the time. And you've been gone. Fuck you for disappearing like that. We thought you died too.
I'm sorry. Do you know what this place is?
I don't know. Some park? What does it matter?
Very astute. It is, in fact, some park. It's also the first place in Shelterwood that I felt at peace. Believe it or not, the first time I came to the Young Documentarians Club, I stopped here first. It is a really important place to me.
Nick, where are you going with this?
Well, I wanted to meet you here because I have a gift for you and a favor to ask.
Okay, what's up?
Here. I want you to have this.
Nick, what? You can't give me that. It's like a part of you. Nick without a microphone is like Adam without that stupid varsity jacket. It's just not right.
Sorry, I insist. Besides, I've got a new one at home.
Oh, no, Nick, you can't.
I can, and I'm going to. You're going to be stuck with me for a long while.
How could you? After everything we've seen together, all of the monstrous shit that you've seen here with your own eyes, how could you?
Addie, look, it's hard to explain. I mean, you're still an idealistic kid, right? I've seen more of the world and its monsters the whole way down. Here, well, at least I'll have Saddie.
Do you? How sure are you? You know people aren't always themselves here. It sure feels to me like a cynical way to keep you trapped by your own
I've lived
issues.
with this uncertainty
and
for a long time.
You know that everyone in town knew exactly how to get under your skin.
Sometimes you have to pick the situation that is best out of a range of bad options.
William is manipulating you.
Look, I don't care. I don't care. Okay? I don't want to know if she's really her. I do not care. I have lived in the shadow of her disappearance for my entire life, and now I can see light. And that is all that matters. All that matters. So I don't need this fucking thing anymore. Take it.
Nick, this isn't you.
Take it. Okay? There's a number on there that I want you to call.
No, I can't. I won't.
Well, fine. You don't want it? Fuck it. Let it rot out here. See what I care. Jesus Christ. I'm going home.
God damn it. Please tell me you're not broken. Solomon, whoever you are, if you can hear this, I think we've lost him. All right, fine. One gift, one favor. Let's get you home so I can drop this mysterious Solomon a line. How do I turn this thing?
After the break, well, you know, stay with us.
Okay, it looks like we're down to the last stuff here.
Oh, God. I almost can't believe it.
So, we've got...
It's just the last few days. And then, I guess, whatever else I want to throw on tape. Then we send it to Solomon, call it a day.
Sweet. Let's get it done. Rolling.
Copy that. The first night I stayed here, in my old bedroom, I was afraid. Not necessarily of the things that go bump in the night, but that the world had moved so seismically beneath me, again, that I would never find my footing. But then I heard something. Saddie was playing the guitar downstairs.
Oh, you like that?
Yeah, it's great. It's really good.
Thank you. You know what? You're welcome. We call it Foley in the biz. I think it lends a little weight to the story, you know?
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
For sure. Hey, listen.
Yeah.
I have a crazy idea.
Lay it on me.
Okay. Just as an experiment, we can fix it if it doesn't work.
Okay.
I was thinking I could do a take where you don't interrupt me.
Oh, sure. Yeah, good idea. Just in case you want like a really boring
No,
take.
exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, jackass.
Well, go on then.
But then I heard something. Saddie was playing the guitar downstairs. It was a sound I remembered from my childhood. Even as a young kid, Saddie was very studious about practicing. She'd run her fingers ragged, just trying to sound the way she wanted, or maybe on some level needed to sound. And little by little, I let her play me off to sleep. The next few days were a challenge for me, waking up in my bed, in my room. It filled me with the sweet sadness of nostalgia, a daily reminder of the childhood here I'd spent too soon. The house was perfect. Every sticky door and dusty corner had been brought back to glorious life. The birds outside were all accounted for, finches and cardinals and ravens, placing me firmly in Maryland, even though, no, of course I wasn't, but Shelterwood is one hell of a mimic. Every tree, every azalea bush, every rain-worn pothole, everything was as I remembered it. Better yet, the crunch of leaves underfoot and the first pumpkins dotting the doorways told me it was, naturally, my favorite time of year. Autumn, a time of year made all the more precious because it is so fleeting. It is, in essence, the time when we most acutely feel time pass. It couldn't possibly last forever. Could it? Could I make it last forever? And there was Saddie, of course. My sister. My first and best and sometimes only friend. Disappeared, and then, oldest trick in the book, poof, back again. We spent hours catching up. She wanted to know where I'd been, who I'd met, what gave me the scars that now dot my face like freckles in June.
If I ever find that willow bitch, I'm killing them. It's on site. On site.
Shut up. Jesus Christ.
You put that in the podcast, Solomon. The world needs to know. On fucking site.
All right. Okay, all right.
All right.
All right. Where was I? Oh.
Go on, say it.
The next line is...
Yeah?
Yeah. The next line, Solomon, is... She was very supportive.
It's true.
She was very supportive. We talked about what to do about the lease. And it is at this point that I guess there's no getting around it. I decided to stay here. We talked for hours, argued, fought, cried, laughed, cried some more. At first I thought I could get Saddie to leave, to come back to your side. But she wouldn't. Maybe couldn't. Do you remember how violently I reacted the first time I crossed back over the bridge? I mean, what would happen to her? She's been here for well over a decade, and even if she wanted to, the idea of reigniting interest in her disappearance, it just felt impossible. And, of course, I wasn't going to leave her here. I wasn't going to risk losing her again. So, day by day, I thought about what it would mean to fulfill Brewster's conditions. And this is what I came up with. I had to finish telling the story. I had to close the loop, or I would never stop being able to think about it. And that meant saying goodbye to you. But not all stories end perfectly, you know? Sometimes you have to accept some loose ends. That's all.
You good?
I will be. I need a moment. Solomon, you'll do this for me, right? You'll make it all true? When I'm done with this marathon narration session, I'm giving everything to Adigale. She's savvy enough to get this out to you, but the plan is everything I've seen and experienced here is now, either via narration or by direct record, on that microphone. You will have everything you need to make the show, so I won't be a ghost like Saddie was. Look, what I need you to understand
Whoa,
is that
buddy.
it's not about...
Buddy Nick. That's it. We're out of script. We're done here. Call me Mr. Birdseye because this thing is frozen.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know. There's something I have to tell Solomon.
Okay. As long as you're not chickening out on me.
Oh, no. No, my mind is made up.
All right. Well, you do what you want. I'm gonna go grab the paperwork.
Sounds good. I'll see you in a bit.
Yep.
Solomon, this next part is just for you. I know this must feel harsh, like, God, like I'm breaking up with you. But while I was recording all of this, I realized that you have always been my anchor. Even out here, you have been keeping me tethered to the world. So, as much as I'll always love and appreciate everything that you've done for me, I can't do both. I can't be here and have you in my life because I just know that you would hate this. I know you wouldn't want me to... Wow. I almost just said give up, but that's not what I mean to say because this isn't giving up. I'm pulling up the anchor. I'm setting sail. And I hope that once you're done with this whole thing, I hope you can let go too. Because I don't want you to look for me, okay? I don't want anyone to look for me. All I want is to stay home and spend some time with my sister and just... I just want to stop thinking so goddamn much. Because I'm tired of it. So, this is goodbye.
All right, folks. This is it. This is the moment you've all been waiting for. Nicholas DeRoso, will you tell the good people what I'm holding in my right hand?
That would be the deed agreement to this very house.
Very good. 10 points for you. Now, for an additional 10, what am I holding in my left hand?
Let's see. That's a ballpoint pen.
Bravo. Give the man a hand, folks. Now, go ahead and sign here, here, and here. And you try to get that lovely scribbling sound right up next to the microphone.
For Folly?
Yeah, you catch on quick. Now, come on, I want to pop the bubbly and stuff. Chop, chop.
All right. Geez, so pushy. Okay, Solomon, here goes.
Do it.
2 initials and a signature.
Do it.
1 and 2. And here's the big one. By signing below, I hereby agree to all above stipulations and residential bylaws in accordance with the rulings of the Homeowners Association, including the aforementioned payment of an aspector's signer's identity, in this case, Drew Siegel.
Oh my God, just do it already.
Signed, Nicholas DeRoso.
Woo! It's done. Congratulations, homeowner. William, get down here.
It's done.
Oh, we're going to have so much fun.
My little lamb, welcome home.
Saddie. Will, I don't feel quite...
Oh, this is the most exciting occasion. Saddie, get your guitar.
What's happening?
We must have a song.
You know I love a song, Willie boy.
Oh, God, it hurts. It hurts. Oh, God.
Oh, it hurts. What is this? Wait. Oh, God. What is that?
He's a jolly good fellow. Nobody can deny. Nobody can deny. Nobody can deny. He's a jolly good fellow.
Guys, it hurts. Oh, God, it hurts. It hurts. Oh, God, it hurts. What is this? Oh, God.
Okay, Solomon. Have fun.
Oh, it hurts. What is this? Oh, it hurts.
Solomon?
Sorry. That's it?
Yes.
And that's the last file in the folder?
Chronologically, yes.
So he's really gone. Forever.
I think so. Yes. Hey, I know.
He was my friend, and now he's gone.
I know. I'm sorry, Solomon. We tried really hard.
Oh. Well, what do we do now? What do I do now?
I've been thinking about that. I think we really only have two options.
Yeah?
We can let things stop here, or we can make the podcast.
Oh, I can't handle this. It's too much.
I know. We don't have to decide tonight. Just stay on the phone with me, please. Okay?
Okay.
Can you tell me 5 things you see in the room with you?
Okay. Yeah, I see, my microphone, obviously.
Right?
My hands, and, I see the acoustic blanket Nick bought for me.
Mm-hmm. What else?
This was a ritual that Monica and I had started weeks ago. It's hard, listening to people suffer, trying to bear witness to torment, trying to make sense out of tragedy. I actually introduced Monica to this strategy. She had a panic attack after we listened to Nick interview Damien and whatever the thing was claiming to be Monica. After that, the dam burst. We tried to be more honest with ourselves about the toll in all of this. We explored the audio slowly, like soldiers behind enemy lines, taking breaks often, and scheduling calls just for us to talk about anything but Shelterwood.
I think I'm gonna look for a new job.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I don't know. I need to use my brain more. Stocking shelves is fine, but it would be nice to feel like I'm solving actual problems.
Oh, I can get that. Where are you looking?
Well, Okay. This might sound silly, but I was looking at job postings for community management stuff.
That doesn't sound silly at all. I think you'll be a great fit. Eventually, though, we couldn't get past the harsh truth that we had to make a choice. Would we honor Nick's wish? Would we try to tell the truth about Shelterwood? It's obvious now that, of course, yes, we did, but that decision was heavy. I was mad at Nick. The motherfucker chose to disappear forever. Who was he to ask me to do the incredibly difficult footwork of making sense of everything? He'd already asked too much. Frankly, he'd been asking too much for a long time, even before he stumbled into a different reality. Part of me wanted to just let everything go. Fuck him, right? But Monica, she encouraged me to think differently.
It's our story, too. Look, I know better than maybe anyone how compelling tragedy can be, how fascinating pain is, how it can draw you in. And we knew that if we made this, that would be part of the appeal, that we couldn't avoid turning Nick's hurt into your pleasure. But we hurt, too, and we're still here. Nicholas DeRoso picked at his wound so long that he fell into it, and if there is any truth to find in his disappearance, we thought it might be there, in the fall, the descent, and how it brought down those around him too. So, that would be Shelterwood. Not just Nick's grand vision of an adventure through another world, but a warning. Even up to the end, he thought he was in control of his grief. I hope, that we've gotten to the truth. You can't escape death, yours or anyone else's. Not in this world, not in any other.
So we set out to tell that story. We plumbed Nick's journey, carefully laid out his narration over top his field recordings, placed him as best we could into a coherent timeline, ironed out the details, cross-referenced where we could, made best guesses where we couldn't, and also we told our half, the half about our pain. Less dramatic, maybe, certainly fewer chase scenes, but no less real, no less true. In the spirit of transparency, 2 weeks from now, we'll be releasing an annotated transcript of the entire podcast. We've highlighted all of the narration that Nick recorded in his house in Shelterwood, and which we arranged, by his request, to create a more compelling show, as well as a few notes here and there about our creative process. Now, before we go, we have one final recording to play for you. Before Shelterwood, before the fire, before Saddie's disappearance, Nick was a theater major. He had to tape a monologue for class. I want him remembered like this. Not just tragedy, not just a need to find, to seek, to push back grief, but a whole person. Flawed and beautiful with potential, now taken from us. Then, as now, I was producing for him. Okay, one more. 3, 2...
To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing, end them. To die, to sleep, no more. And by asleep, we say end the heartache and the 1,000 natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished, to die To sleep. To sleep. Perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come when we have shuffled off this mortal coil must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely, the pangs of despised love, the law's delay, the insolence of office, and the spurns that patient merit of the unworthy takes, when he himself might his quietus make with a bare bodkin? Who would fardels bear, to grunt and sweat under a weary life, but that the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country, from whose bourne no traveler returns, puzzles the will. It makes us rather bear those ills we have than fly to others we know not of. Thus, conscience dost make cowards of us all. And thus the native hue of resolution is sicklied o'er with the pale cast of thought, and enterprises of great pith and moment with this regard the currents turn awry and lose the name of action. How did I do?
Oh, I mean, I'm not really a Shakespeare person, but it seemed like you were really in there.
Yeah. I don't know, it's pretty heavy material, but I think that's why it's important. Anyway, I feel like that has to be enough takes.
Yes, please, God.
Are you sure you don't mind editing out all the extra bits?
Oh, no, that part's easy. I can fix up the sound a bit, too.
Oh, nice. You do that for me?
Of course. Trust me, a little EQ and compression, you're gonna sound great. Makes all the difference in the world. Here, just let me stop the recording.
Shelterwood, a Suburban Gothic, was written and produced by Stephen Indrisano and Indrisano Audio, LLC. This episode featured Stephen Indrisano as Nicholas DeRoso,
Sam Stark as Solomon Crockett,
Leah Bergantino as Adigale Ross,
Nhea Durousseau as Monica Mandeville,
Alexandra Rose DeAngelis as Saddie DeRoso.
Karim Kronfli as William Brewster.
Directed by Sivan
and Madeleine Regina.
Songwriting by Emily Branam.
Theme composition by Ali Hylton.
Dialogue editing by Sam Stark.
Sound design by Brad Colbrook. Additional music by Monument Studios.
Transcripts by Rook Mogavero.
Production by Hannah Wright.
Special thanks as well to our executive funding producers, Cam Collins and the Fellowship of the Breaking Dawn, a.k.a. the Vermont Party Association. Although some of the locations, people, and events in Shelterwood may seem real, worry not. This is a work of fiction. Thank you for listening. A Bloody FM production.